You are right to say it's a landmark success because it's the first time Ghana football is experiencing um, standard contracts, and we've been fighting for this for quite a number of years now. I think since the era of former President Kwesi Nyantakyi, and so we've come a long way, and we are happy that it's been finally accepted and approved by the current president's administration, and that is ESO Kreku's administration. So yes, we are happy, and it's going to go a long way to solve most of the dispute problems because each of the clubs here have their own templates, contract templates, which some of them do have ambiguous clauses that are out of the football regulation circles. And so with the introduction of the standard contract, they are all to abide by that, and therefore the clauses included in the standard contract are all related to the rules and regulations. They are confined within the rules and regulations. So we are no more going to see contracts that have ambiguous clauses, contracts that are one-way sided, that is in the benefit of clubs and not players. And this time we are going to see contracts that are fair to both parties, contracts that spell out responsibilities of the parties and all that. So we hope to have less dispute cases whereby there will be discrepancies within the contract. So I think this is going to go a long way to help. It's a practice that is ongoing in Europe and other places. So I mean, we are not far from right to have accepted and adopted a standard contract. Even though the standard contract has been approved, players should still look at, read the contracts very well critically before they append their signatures. I mean, the contract has basic requirements or informations like your date of birth. You have to make sure your date of birth is correct. Your name is spelled correctly. The terms and conditions of the contract. I mean, your salaries, the number of years you signed, if your salaries are net or gross, you need to pay critical attention to that. If there are taxes or some deductions, you need to be aware of those deductions. You need to be aware of the dates when are your salaries supposed to be paid. So these are important details that the players will have to pay attention to whenever they are signing the contracts. We are also requesting that copies of the contract should be shared with us. At the moment, I think it's the contracts are signed in three folds: a copy to the club, a copy to the player, and then a copy to the FA. So we are requesting that as PFAG and as mediators or representatives of players, if a copy can be shared with us from the FA. We want to get it from the FA because usually when there's a dispute case, the contracts lodged at the FA are those that prevail, those that are taken into consideration. So when there's window closes and there are no more registrations, we would like to get copies of all contracts lodged at the FA at our office as well. But as well, players can also come and lodge copies of their contracts here with us. I believe what the FA or what the FA president was referring to is the terms and conditions under the existing contracts are not to be altered. They remain the same. Just that the contracts will have to be transferred onto the standard contract so that there will be uniformity in it. But the terms and conditions remain the same. If you have an existing contract that is lasting for 2 years or 3 years, your salary is X amount of money or CDs, it has to be the same, just that the details of the contract will have to be transferred onto the accepted standard of contract so that everything becomes uniform. Otherwise, the old contracts, some of them have these ambiguous clauses that we speak about. So if you say the old contracts are still acceptable, that means those clauses and conditions are still applicable to the players, which in this case is not. I have a lot of takeaways from the Congress, the 31st Annual Congress of the GFA, but I would like to focus on the benefits to the players. First of all, I think the FA has improved a lot in certain areas like the referees. Referees' welfare is being considered this time, whereby a FIFA licensed referee is taking home 2,500 cedis per game, and non-FIFA licensed are taking home 2,000, and then Women's League and Division 1 referees are taking home 1,005. I think it's a good step to start with, and we expect that it shouldn't only be a verbal statement. They should make sure that they really honor their promises, and then the referees should also make sure that these incentives or these monetary motivations is to aid them to perform. I mean, there are a lot of rumors around that they've been accepting bribes and they are compromising games and all that. So at least they should also prove to the public that it's what people are saying is not true. I mean, they are human and they are bound to commit errors, but some of the errors are unpardonable. So we want to see that as the FA is doing their part to take care of their welfare, they should also reciprocate that with better performances and good performances out there, because most of the games depends on them. I mean, referees can decide on a game. Coaches and players prepare very well, come to the game, and then the referee puts up a bad performance, then everything is gone waste. So we hope that the referees are going to put up good performances. And then we also want to see player welfare also giving some kind of attention a little bit. Apart from the standard contract, we also want to see the implementation of the minimum wage rate, which was part of our negotiations and discussions with the FA. So we hope that before the league commences, we hope that FA will also approve the minimum wage rate. There are a few figures or few amounts in discussion. Both parties are yet to agree on an amount that could be the minimum wage rate. And then we expect that that could also be secured in an account at the FA so that the players are guaranteed of that amount at the end of every month. If we leave it in the hands of club owners, I think we'll still face challenges where some clubs will go 2, 3, 4, 5 months without paying their players. So at least we expect that if the minimum wage is accepted and agreed, that particular amount should be taken out of the financial advance to be given to the clubs. Should be kept at the FA just to make sure that players can get that money at the end of the month. So this is something that we are also looking forward to see that President E.S. Okreku and his management will approve and confirm that before the commencement of the season.